Evet, sevgili öğrencilerimiz, değerli velilerimiz, bugün British Education Bureau, BEB ve Oxford Royale Academy işbirliğiyle sizlere İngiltere ve Amerika'da akademik yaz programları ile ilgili bir sunum gerçekleştireceğiz. O yüzden bir araya geldik. Katılımcı sayımız sanıyorum artıyor olacak. Biz başlayalım. Daha sonra veli ve öğrencilerimizle de devam ediyor olalım. Önce BEB yani British Education Bureau, üniversite öncesi program müdürümüz Safa Doğru, programların yararları ile ilgili bize kısa bir bilgilendirici sunum yapacak. Ardından sözü Oxford Royale Academy yetkilisi Georgina ve Clark'a bırakıyor olacağız. Sunum sonrası sorularınızı chat box'a yazabilirsiniz ya da sözlü olarak da sormak isteyebilirsiniz. Bu da kabulümüzdür. Çok da memnun oluruz. Sesli bir şekilde sorularınızı alabiliriz. Sorularınızı Türkçe alabiliriz, İngilizce alabiliriz. Siz nasıl arzu ederseniz o da kabulümüzdür. Sunum esnasında Safa Bey önemli noktalarda duraklamalar yapıp Türkçe çeviri yapıyor olacak. Çok hepsi için değil, tüm slaytlarımız için değil ama önemli bulduğumuz slaytlarımız için. Sunum akışımız bu şekilde ilerliyor olacak. Ben keyifli bir sunum diliyorum. Çok teşekkür ediyorum. Sözü arkadaşım Safa Bey'e bırakıyorum.
Teşekkürler Sevda Hanım, çok sağ olun. Herkese iyi akşamlar. İsmim Safa Doğru, British Education Bureau'nun İzmir Bölge Müdürü ve üniversite öncesi programlar müdürüyüm. Henüz bizimle tanışmamış olabilecek veli ve öğrencilerimiz için bir iki cümleyle BEB ve genel olarak akademik yaz programlarının faydalarını anlatıp sözü hızlıca Oxford Royale Academy yetkililerimiz Georgina ve Clark'a bırakacağım. BEB bundan 21 sene önce Oxford'da kuruldu. İngiliz ve Türk yöneticilerimize sahip olduğumuz bir yapımız var. 21 yıldır da İstanbul, Ankara ve İzmir'deki ofislerimizden öğrencilerimizi Birleşik Krallık'taki lise ve üniversitelerine yolcu ediyoruz. Hatta bugüne kadar 6.000'e yakın öğrencimizi yolcu ettik ve etmeye de devam ediyoruz. Uzmanlık alanımız tabii ki Birleşik Krallık'taki eğitim sistemi, kurumların giriş şartları, liseler olsun, üniversiteler olsun, bu akademik yaz programlarımız olsun. Başvuru aşamaları, konaklama ve vize aşamaları gibi süreçlerimiz. Tüm danışman kadromuz Birleşik Krallık sistemine, eğitim sistemine tamamen hakim. Bu konuda yeterli eğitimi almış ve kendini sürekli geliştiren çok değerli ekip arkadaşlarımızdan oluşuyor. Bugün bizi bilgilendirecek Oxford Royale Academy de dahil olmak üzere yaz okulları, liseler ve üniversiteler dahil yaklaşık 150 kurumun Türkiye'deki resmi temsilciliklerini yapıyoruz. Ve temsilciliğini yaptığımız bu saygın kurumlarımız adına sizlere ücretsiz bir hizmet sağlıyoruz. Aynı zamanda bu kurumlarımızın Türkiye'deki tanıtımlarını yapıyoruz ve bu akşam olduğu gibi sizlerle buluşmalarına olanak sağlıyoruz. Kısaca akademik yaz programlarına bir özet geçmem gerekirse, bu programlarımız lise ve üniversite öğrenim seviyesindeki öğrencilerimizin ilgilendikleri alanlarda akademik ve mesleki beceriler kazanmalarını sağlayan, aynı zamanda da üniversiteye geçişte yapacakları bölüm tercihleri öncesi yol gösterici etkiye sahip programlarımız. Özetle faydalarından bahsetmem gerekirse bu programlarımızın, öncelikle tabii ki öğrencilerimizin akademik performansının geliştirilmesini sağlıyorlar. Bir sonraki adım olan üniversiteye hazırlıyorlar. Meslek seçiminde öğrencilerimize yol gösteriyorlar. Bu programlardan dönen öğrencilerimiz, evet ben doğru mesleği seçmişim ya da acaba başka bir meslek mi seçsem şeklinde iki farklı feedbackle geri dönebiliyorlar. Bu iki feedback de bizim için çok değerli oluyor. Öğrencilerimize doğru meslek seçiminde bir yol gösterilmiş oluyor. Öğrencilerimiz tabii ki üniversite hocalarından ders alma imkanı buluyorlar. Üniversite eğitimini dolayısıyla deneyimlemiş oluyorlar. Uluslararası bir sertifika ediniyorlar ilgilendikleri alanda. Farklı ülkelerden, farklı milliyetten öğrencilerle birlikte kültürel bir değişim deneyimi elde ediyorlar. İngilizcemiz tabii ki sürekli olarak interaktif bir şekilde kullanılmaya devam ediyor. İngilizcemizi dolayısıyla bu programlarda bir üst seviyeye taşımamıza yardımcı oluyor. İngiltere'nin ve kurumların sunduğu diğer ülkelerin tarihi ve akademik şehirlerini görme imkanına sahip oluyor öğrencilerimiz ve bu ülkelerin yerel kültürü hakkında deneyimler elde ediniyor. Yeni bakış açıları kazandırıyor tabii ki programlar öğrencilerimize. Ve üniversite başvurularında talep edilen çalışmalarımızın hazırlığını başlatmamıza yardımcı oluyor. Üniversite başvurularında da tabii ki kabul alma şansımızı programlarımız artırıyor. Nasıl yapıyorlar bunu? Şimdi kabul yetkililerinin gözünden bakacak olursak, yetkilimiz mesela diyelim ki öğrencimiz bilgisayar mühendisliği hakkında, bilgisayar mühendisliğine üniversitede başvuruyor ve öğrencimiz bir akademik yaz programına yine bilgisayar mühendisliği alanında katılmış. Kabul yetkilimiz o zaman tabii ki doğal olarak öğrencimizin daha önce de üniversite seviyesinde bu eğitimi deneyimlediğini ve hala bu programa başvurmak istediğini anlayıp öğrencimizin stabil bir hedefe sahip olduğunu anlamış oluyor. Yine tabii ki ülkeler özelinde de bir başvurumuza avantaj sağlıyor. Öğrencimiz, örnek veriyorum, İngiltere'deki programımıza katıldıysa ve İngiliz üniversitelerine başvuru yapıyorsa, yine kabul yetkilimiz öğrencimizin ülkeyi daha önce deneyimlediğini ve deneyimlemesine rağmen hala bu ülkeyi tercih ettiğini düşünüp daha az adaptasyon problemi çekeceğinden, hatta çekmeyeceğinden emin bir şekilde başvurusunu değerlendirmiş oluyor. Daha fazla uzatmak istemiyorum. Yetkililerimize sözü bırakacağım. Ekranda gördüğümüz sosyal medya hesaplarımızdan bizi takip ederek gelecek organizasyonlarımızdan da haberdar olabilirsiniz. Ayrıca şu anda gördüğünüz benim iletişim bilgilerimden de ne zaman isterseniz benimle iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Şimdi sözü daha fazla uzatmıyorum ve yetkililerimize bırakıyorum. Sunum sırasında aklınızda oluşabilecek sorularımızı Sevda Hanım'ın dediği gibi isterseniz chat box'a yazabilirsiniz, isterseniz de kendiniz sunumun sonunda sorabilirsiniz. Okay, Clark, now I will pass it on to you. We cannot hear you just yet, Clark. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep, we can.
Great, okay, thank you very much. So, welcome everybody, thank you for joining the presentation. What I'd like to do is take you through a presentation to introduce Oxford Royale Academy. So I'm just going to share my screen, tell you a little bit about the company and what we can offer to students from Turkey. So first of all, Oxford Royale Academy was started in 2004, back in 2004, by an Oxford University graduate called William Humphrey. And what he wanted to do was give students from around the world a chance to experience life at a great university like Oxford, as he had done as an undergraduate. And even if they couldn't go to study the degree, to get the experience of living on the campus, to explore some academic subjects with some great faculty. And his goal was always to make the program very international, because many of the summer schools at the time had students from 1 or 2 countries, but to get a really international summer school. So we started the business back in Oxford, and we've since grown. We've had over 30,000 students through the program now from 170 different countries. And they all come to us for various reasons, but really the goal and what they end up with is a summer that really shapes their future. And that's the tagline that we have as a company. It's a claim that we make because we really do see the life-changing experience that students have when they come to us. And I'll tell you a little bit more about how we do that. Before I do, I think first of all, I want to show you a quick video, because the video will give you an idea of what you'll experience on the program. So just bear with me as I stop share, and I'm going to share the video so that you can see firsthand what it's like. Okay, so. Okay, so hopefully that will give you some idea of what we do on the summer program. So I'm just going to share my presentation again and take you through some of the program details. So as I mentioned, Oxford Royale was formed with an aim to really get international students together to experience life on campus at Oxford University. And one of the things that we're proud of and we work very hard to achieve is a great international mix. So we have students from over 170 different countries that have joined us since we started the program. And that's a really important learning experience for the students, because not only do they learn from the faculty, they learn from each other. So for example, if you're on a business program, you're likely to be in a class with a student from Brazil or China or Japan or India, and you'll learn about business in their country. So they're bringing their cultural perspective to the course. The same in medicine. If you're studying medicine, you can learn from other students about the medical business or sector in their own country. So what is it like in hospitals in India or Japan or America? How are they different than your country? So they're learning from each other, but they're also making a network of friends that they will take with them through the rest of their academic career and into work afterwards. So if you're studying medicine with us, you may be studying with future doctors from all over the world that will become a great network that you take with you through your career. Many of the alumni that have graduated 5, 10, 15 years ago are still in touch. We had one come as a guest speaker last year onto the summer program, and he started a business with one of the guys that he met on the program. Has got a pretty successful business now, and he's from France, and the other person I think was from somewhere in the Middle East, and they're both in London running a business. So you never know where the connections can take you. I think it's a very, very important part of the program. But as far as what we offer, I think there are 5 key areas that I think make our summer programs different. The first one is that we only run the programs in really inspirational study environments, so the top universities in the world. And we do that because we feel it inspires the students to want to achieve something great. It gives them a really different experience if they're living and studying in the University of Oxford, rather than just a college or a school or somewhere else. This is a really special location that you're studying in. We have campuses in the University of Oxford, where we have 7 different colleges that we operate now, with the biggest summer school in Oxford with around 3,000 students every year that come to our Oxford summer schools. We also have campuses at the University of Cambridge, which has been running for many, many years very successfully too, another great university city. For those that like bigger cities, we have a campus at Imperial College London, which is in South Kensington, a great part of London to study in. And then in the US, we have Yale University, and the newest campus opening this year is University of California, UC Berkeley. So great campus locations and inspirational environments to study in. With Oxford, you know, probably all heard of Oxford. You've seen Oxford in films. You probably know Oxford. It's a fantastic university. 28, well, it's now 30 British prime ministers have graduated or become prime ministers who are graduates of Oxford. So it's the place that the leaders of tomorrow go to study. And I think it's everywhere you walk around Oxford, there are beautiful buildings, great academic institutions, and it's a fantastic experience to go and study there. Cambridge as well, another fantastic university city. We have a campus in Clare College, a beautiful old college, and also Fitzwilliam College. It's a slightly smaller town than Oxford, more sort of central. The universities are quite central. Beautiful town to study in, very safe environment to study in. And then of course London, you all know London. It's a great city with lots going on. Beautiful campus in Kensington with Imperial College, which is one of the top universities for technology, among other things. And for those of you interested in the US, we have a campus in Yale. Again, one of the oldest universities and most prestigious universities in the US. Many US presidents have graduated from there. The students that go to Yale, we operate a trip to New York as well. So you get a chance to see New York, as well as experience life in an American Ivy League university. And for those of you that love the nice weather and the Californian sunshine, we've now got a campus in California at UC Berkeley, which is a different experience again. So all of the campuses run the same type of academic programs, the same program structure, the same quality of academics. They're just in different locations. So you can choose the location according to your personal choice. The second thing, apart from the locations, the second thing that's important for us is the range of programs that we offer. And we're trying to give students from 13 to 18 some experience of subjects that they wouldn't study at school, so they can understand better what might be a good choice for them at university. I know firsthand, my daughter now is 17. She's trying to decide what to do at university. And she tells me, Dad, I don't know. You know, at school I study biology, chemistry and physics. I don't know if I want to be a doctor or an engineer because I don't really know what the jobs are about. I've never studied the subjects, and it's quite a big decision to make. So many of the students come to us to try something new, to try medicine, to try engineering, to try law, to see if this is really something that they want to pursue as a career or something that they want to study at university. So those are the one type of student. The other type of student we have are the ones who know exactly what they want to do, and they're looking for something that will help them with their university application. So if you want to apply to medical school, everybody has good grades, everybody's going to have an A to get into medical school. What sets you apart, what makes you different, is how you show your passion for the subject. What have you done to show that you really want to study medicine? What can you tell me in your personal statement? What can you write about in your personal statement? What can you tell me in your interview? Now, if I'm an admissions officer and I have two students who want to apply for medicine, one of them has been to a summer school where they've learned about medicine from academics, university academics. They've visited hospitals to talk to doctors. They've worked in simulated medical labs. They've had guest speakers coming to talk, who are experts about COVID. Suddenly they've got a lot to talk about in their interview. And it's that kind of help that some students are looking for as well. The programs that we have also been rewritten 2 years ago now to focus on the future of work. So we're not teaching business as it was 10 years ago. We're teaching business as it will be in 5 or 10 years' time. So our business program, for example, is about innovation and entrepreneurship. How do you start a business? How do you continually innovate to stay ahead of the competition? How do you fund and grow a business? And this type of content is very relevant for students today. So we're very proud of the work the team have done on rewriting the curriculum. The courses that we offer, we have a wide range of STEM subjects and arts subjects. They're all on our website. You can see what's there, but everything from medicine, engineering, on the STEM side to business, and then to creative writing, philosophy, film academy for those that prefer arts.
Clark, can I just stop you for a
Absolutely.
second for a quick translation? Tabii ki çok fazla kurs seçeneği var. Yani mühendislikten tıpa, business'tan işletmeden hukuka, mimarlıktan metin yazarlığına kadar birçok buradan da fazlası olan, burada hepsi yok ne yazık ki ekranda şu anda. Ancak burada özellikle Clark'ın değindiği nokta bu bölümlerin sadece üniversite seviyesindeki eğitiminin bir tester session'ını yapmıyoruz diyor Clark. Söylediği şey özellikle bu bölümlerin bundan 10 sene sonra evrileceği hallerinin öğrencilere bir örneğini göstermek istiyoruz. Mesela işletme bölümünün bundan 10 sene sonraki haliyle öğrencilerimizin tanışmasını sağlıyoruz diyorlar. Dolayısıyla sadece üniversitede ben bu bölümü sevecek miyim, sevmeyecek miyim değil, gerçekten kariyerim için bu bölümü istiyor muyum, istemiyor muyum, buna da karar vermemizi sağlamaya çalışıyorlar. You can go on, Clark. Thank you.
Great, thank you. So the next thing I think that's important is how you'll learn. So you're not learning in the same way that you do in school. This is an experiential learning program where you're learning through academic lectures, but also practical workshops, master classes. You'll have debates, you'll have group projects, you have seminars, and you have educational trips. So to give you an idea of how it works, and then Safa, I'll hand over to you to explain. If we take one subject, for example, medicine, on the medicine program in the morning, you may have an academic lecture on diabetes as a disease or the human respiratory system, and that will be like an undergraduate lecture. Then you'll have some practical workshops where you'll go to the university medical lab, which is like a simulated hospital, and you'll do practical work on dummies like a doctor would do when they're learning in medical school. Then you'll have a masterclass where we'll invite a guest speaker who's an expert in their field to come and talk about a topic. And it could be pandemics and what did we learn from the COVID pandemic and how will the medical profession cope with the next pandemic. So you'll be learning from an expert in their field. And then you'll go on an educational trip and you visit a hospital and talk to a doctor or have a doctor come to the campus to talk to you about what is it like to work as a doctor? What are the challenges of working as a doctor? How did they get through medical school? What tips do they have about the profession? And you have a chance to answer questions. And then along with this, you'll have debates and you'll have group presentations. So you're learning soft skills like presenting, working as a team and so on. So it's really a holistic education.
Burada da Clark'ın özellikle değindiği nokta tabii ki programların sadece sınıfa girelim, ders yapalım, ondan sonra gidelim aktivite yapalım şeklinde olmadığı, daha komple ve tasarlanmış bir eğitim deneyimi sunuyorlar bize. Verdiği tıp örneğinden gidecek olursak mesela kendisi diyor ki sabah öğrencilerimiz lisans seviyesinde bir örnek diyabet dersine girerler. Ancak öğleden sonra bulundukları üniversitenin tıp laboratuvarına gidip, tıp stüdyolarına gidip pratik bir eğitim de alırlar şeklinde söylüyor. Onun dışında tabii ki bu farklı şekillerde olabiliyor. Masterclasses denilen endüstriden uzmanların katılımıyla işlenen interaktif dersler şeklinde olabiliyor. Günden güne değişiyor tabii ki. Hepsi yapılıyor. Yine konuşmacılarımız olabiliyor. Bir ya da birden çok programa hitap eden konuk katılımcılarımız olabiliyor. İnteraktif derslerimiz oluyor. Bölüm özelinde düzenlenen endüstri ya da mesela tıpta hastane ziyaretleri olabiliyor. Tabii seminerlerimiz olabiliyor, grup projelerimiz oluyor, münazaralarımız oluyor. Dolayısıyla soft skill dediğimiz mesela grup projemizi bitirdikten sonra projemizi sunuyoruz. Mesela sunum yeteneklerimiz de üniversite öncesi ilerlemiş oluyor. Thank you, Clark.
Great, thank you. So the next thing that's important is who's teaching you. And we choose our faculty because of their expertise in the subject and also because of their ability to motivate students of 13 to 18. So they're generally university lecturers from universities like Oxford, Cambridge, the top universities in the UK, or they're experts from their field. So, for example, in the Film Academy programme, we have award-winning film directors. In the Creative Writing programme, we'll have published novelists. So it's not always a university lecturer. It depends on the course that you're studying, but they are experts in their field.
Eğitimi kimden aldığımızla ilgili bir noktaya değindik Clark. En azından tabii ki tüm eğitim veren görevlilerimizin en azından bir yüksek lisans diploması oluyor. Ve mutlaka alanlarında uzman kişiler oluyor. Mesela tıp eğitimi verilirken bu bir gerçekten tıp eğitimi vermekte olan bir üniversite yetkilisi de olabilir. Ya da mesela Creative Writing programında, metin yazarlığı programında başarılı bir yazar da eğitim verebilir diye kendisi belirtiyor.
Okay. But the next thing I think is important, it's not just academic, it's a summer school, it's an academic summer school, but it's also fun. So in the afternoon, you'll have guest speakers, but you'll also have walking tours of Oxford and trips and so on. In the evening, we have things like karaoke, film nights, quiz nights, special dinners. In the daytime, we have sports like football, basketball, tennis, you'll go punting in Oxford and Cambridge. So there's lots of activities. And how it works is that every evening you can sign up for the thing that you want to do. So, for example, one evening, there may be a trip to go ice skating, and there may also be somebody coming in to give a guest lecture about applying to medical school or something like this. Or there could be karaoke night or a trip to a cinema or something. So there's lots of different activities for the students to sign up for.
Tabii ki ders dışında sosyal aktivitelerimiz de fazlasıyla mevcut. Akşamları film geceleri, karaoke geceleri olabiliyor. Gündüz Mesela Oxford'daysak Oxford'da gezinmek için zamanımız olabiliyor. Okul da bize ayrıca Oxford'da zaten rehberli bir şekilde gezdirebiliyor. Dolayısıyla öğrencilerimiz her an bir aktivitede oluyorlar ve aslında genelde dönen öğrencilerimiz işte Safa Bey döndüm tabii yaz tatilinde gittim ama çok yoruldum 2 gün artık dinlenmek istiyorum deyip bize hani tatlı sistemlerde de bulunabiliyorlar. Aslında çok hoşumuza gidiyor. Thank you, Clark.
Great. So just to continue on the enrichment and enjoyment, we have special dinners as well. So this year there'll be formal dinners in the dining hall. For those of you that have seen Harry Potter, you'll know the type of dining halls that they have. And every week they have every Friday, they have a special dinner, and at graduation they have a special dinner with candlelit dinner. The students all get dressed up in their jackets and their ball gowns. It's a really special event. And this year we have a gala dinner on Friday, which will be in the Ashmolean Museum for the 16 to 18-year-olds and in the Natural History Museum for the 13 to 15-year-olds. So there are lots of very exclusive events on the program.
Tüm bu aktiviteler dışında tabii Oxford Royale'in geleneği olan gala ve resmi yemekler de olabiliyor. Bunlar için de farklı, her sene farklı destinasyonlar seçebiliyorlar. Tabii Oxford Üniversitesi'nin ihtişamlı yemekhanelerinde olabildiği gibi, daha doğrusu gala salonlarında olabildiği gibi bazı özel müzelerde bile bu yemekler düzenlenebiliyor öğrenciler için.
Okay, and you can see finally on the picture on the right, this is our graduation ceremony. So the students all have a certificate and a transcript from the teacher that tells how well they did and the different subjects at the end. So they have something to show for it. And the graduation ceremony is in the chapel of the university. It's a beautiful building.
Yine Oxford Üniversitesi bünyesinde, yani binaların içinde düzenlenen en sağdaki fotoğrafı gösteriyorlar. Mezuniyet töreni. Tabii ki her katılan öğrencimizin bir sertifikası ve kendi adına yazılmış, öğretmenleri tarafından yazılmış bir recommendation'ları da oluyor, transkriptleri de oluyor. Dolayısıyla sonrasında da kullanabileceğimiz basılı belgeler de elimizde olmuş oluyor.
Okay, thank you. So the next thing that's very important for everybody is the safety, and the students are staying on campuses that are enclosed, gated campuses with a porter on the gate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So nobody can come to the campus or leave the campus without going past the porter's gate. We have counsellors on the program. So we have a program director who runs the program. We have a program coordinator who manages the social activities, and we have a team of counsellors who stay on the campus to look after the students. And their job is to make sure that students are safe and happy, are socialising. They organise all of the social events. The students stay in separate blocks. So there's a girls' block and a boys' block, and there are counsellors sleeping in the dorms, in the single rooms or the twin rooms in the block, so that they can take care of the students, making sure that the students are going to bed when they're supposed to and that they're having great fun. So it's a very safe environment.
Tabii bu da çok önemli, velilerimiz için en çok sorulan sorulardan bir tanesi. Öğrencilerin güvenliği tabii ki 2 hafta boyunca orada. Öncelikle Clark şeyi söylüyor, yani öğrencilerin bulunduğu tüm Oxford Üniversitesi alanları kapalı alanlar, public'e kapalı alanlar. Yani dışarıdan gelecek herkes elini kolunu sallaya sallaya giremiyor. Öğrencilerimiz bu alanların dışına çıkmak isterse mutlaka kapıdaki görevli zaten bunun notunu alıyor, izin veriyor ya da vermiyor. Bunun dışında genelde her 8-10 öğrencimize bir yetkili düşüyor programlarda ve şunun örneğini veriyor Clark. Zaten yatakhanelerin işte kız ve erkek yatakhaneleri olarak, bloklar olarak ayrılıyor diyor. Ve yine her yatakhanede öğrencilerle beraber kalan yine yetkililerimizle her an oluyor diyor. Dolayısıyla öğrencilerimiz her an yetkililer kontrolünde olmuş oluyorlar. Yine her kampüsünde veliler oldu da öğrencilerimize ulaşamadılar. 24 saat boyunca arayıp yetkililere ulaşabilecekleri bir acil durum numarası da oluyor.
Just to say a bit more about the way that we look after the students, the 16 to 18-year-olds, we give them a bit more freedom because they're a bit older. So they're allowed to leave the campus in groups of 3 or 4 students at lunchtime to go out to Oxford. They buy their own lunch locally, can explore the city. And they're allowed off the campus after their dinner, but they have to be back on the campus at 9 o'clock. So this gives them a bit of freedom because we have to get the balance right between keeping them safe and giving them some freedom on the programme. For the students of 13 to 15, they stay in campuses that have large enclosed grounds so they can have their activities on campus without having to leave. And they go into the town only with the counsellors in groups of 6 or 7 with a counsellor with them so that they're escorted into the town.
16-18 yaş grubundaki öğrencilerimiz 3 veya 4 kişilik gruplar halinde öğle ve akşam yemeklerinden sonra belli zamanlarda kendileri de kampüsün dışına çıkıp Oxford'da gezebiliyorlar. Bu imkana sahipler. Ancak tabii ki 16-18 yaşındaki öğrencilerimiz de akşam saat 9'da kampüse geri dönmek zorundalar. Bu çok katı bir kural. 13-15 yaş grubundaki öğrencilerimiz ise ne yazık ki kendi başlarına kampüsün dışına çıkma imkanına sahip değiller. Ancak bulundukları kampüs dolayısıyla zaten çok geniş alanlar olduğu için bu konuda biz hiçbir zaman şikayet almadık öğrencilerimizden. Onlar da dışarıya yine tabii ki çıkıyorlar. Ancak her dışarıya çıktıklarında mutlaka okulumuzun bir yetkilisi yanlarında bulunuyor.
Right. Just a little bit about the accommodation. You can see the dining halls, the rooms that the students stay in. It's university accommodation. They're usually single or twin rooms. And when you apply, you can put in a request. I would recommend to students that they stay in a twin room with somebody from another country because it's the best way to get to meet new people from different backgrounds. But if you do want a single room, you can apply early and put in the request to get a single room.
Oxford ve Cambridge'de odalarımız tabii ki binaların yaşı da sebebiyle çok dokunma imkanı da olmadığı için binalarda bir modifikasyona da kesinlikle izin verilmediği için tek kişilik ve çift kişilik odalar halinde. Erken başvurursa öğrencilerimiz tek kişilik odalarda yazılma şansına daha yüksek sahip olabilirler dese de Clark, bizim de söylediğimiz gibi aslında bu durumu hiç önermiyor. Öğrencilerimizin 2 kişilik odalarda mutlaka kendilerinden başka bir milliyetten bir öğrenciyle kalmalarını, dolayısıyla hem kültürel kazanım elde etmelerini hem de sürekli İngilizcelerini geliştirmeye devam etmelerini tercih ediyorlar.
Okay. And for the students that want to book an en-suite room, they can also do this in Oxford as well, Cambridge. So the dates and the prices. The program runs for 2 weeks. So students arrive on the Sunday and they leave the following Saturday. We have an arrival service so we can meet students at the airport. If you book the transfer service, somebody will be there to meet you off the plane and put you into your taxi or coach to the campus. The dates are 2nd of July for the first session, the 16th of July, and the 30th of July. That's for our Oxford and Cambridge programs. London, Yale and Berkeley, we just have 2nd of July and 16th of July. London actually is July 3rd. So they're 2-week programs. The price for the course is £5,995, which includes the accommodation, the food, the excursions. So you just need to get yourself to the campus and bring your pocket money. And that's the type of excursions that we will take you on. For the 16 to 18-year-olds, they'll go to London for one of the weekends. For the 13 to 15-year-olds, they tend to go to places like Warwick Castle, Bath. They've been to Stonehenge. They might go to Cambridge or Oxford if they're not in that campus. So they do local tours rather than going to London. But the 16 to 18-year-olds will go into London, their trip.
Programlarımızın ücretleri de bu şekilde. Başlangıç tarihleri yazıyor burada programlarımızın. Programlarımız pazar günü başlayıp cumartesi günü sona eriyorlar. Ve hep 2 haftalık bloklar halinde programlarımız veriliyor. Dolayısıyla öğrencilerimiz 2, 4, 6 hafta olarak tercih edebiliyorlar programları. Bu fiyatlara her şey dahil. Dolayısıyla eğitiminiz, konaklamanız, öğünleriniz, gezileriniz, her şey bu fiyata dahil. Clark'ın da dediği gibi Dahil olmayan tek şey havalimanından okula ulaşımınız ve cep harçlığınız oluyor. Bir de tabii ki 16-18 yaş grupları Londra gibi daha büyük şehirlere, genelde de Londra'ya geziler düzenlerken 13-15 yaş grupları Bath gibi daha küçük ama çok tatlı ve tarihi şehirlere geziler düzenliyorlar diye de söylüyor.
Right. Yeah, just to tell you a little bit about our accreditation and the awards that we've won. So Oxford Royale have been running these programs now for 19 years. We were accredited by the British Council, BAC, and we've won many awards for what we offer. So we've won the Queen's Award 3 times, which is more than any other education provider, and the Best Educational Product Award 5 times, which again I think is a record in the sector. So we're recognised for being the best at what we do. We offer a fantastic program. It's a really life-changing experience for the students that we take onto the program. We'll go now to the visas question. I think that's probably one for you, Safa.
Evet, tabii ki Türk pasaportuyla programlara başvuran tüm öğrencilerimizin bir de vize ihtiyacı oluyor ne yazık ki. Vizeler konusunda da tabii ki biz size yardımcı oluyoruz. Vizelerimiz turistik vize başvurusu şeklinde oluyor. Zaten 6 aya kadar tüm programlar İngiltere'de turistik vize ile okunuyor. Vizelerimize programımızın başlangıç tarihinden 3 ay önce başvurabiliyoruz ve ortalama, daha doğrusu vize çıkma süresi, standart vize çıkma süresi 6 hafta. Dolayısıyla başvurumuzu koyduktan sonra 6 hafta içerisinde vizemiz çıkmış oluyor. İstenen basit belgelerimiz var. Öncelikle tabii ki okulumuz kaydımızı tamamladıktan sonra bize bir vizeye davet mektubu yolluyor. En önemli ve destekleyici belgemiz zaten bu. Onun dışında standart finansal belgelerimiz, geçmiş vizelerimiz, işte destekleyecek gidiş dönüş uçak biletlerimiz gibi belgelerimizle vize başvurumuzu gerçekleştiriyoruz. Bu süreçte de zaten BEB olarak biz yanınızda oluyoruz.
Great. So I think that's the end of the presentation. Yep. I'll just finish by saying I started the presentation by saying it was a summer to shape your future. And I think that's the thing I want to leave you with. This is not a typical summer program. This is a summer that will give you opportunities that you just never thought were possible before. So it's definitely worth considering if you're looking for an academic experience in the UK.
Thank you, Clark. Now we can move on to the questions, I think.
Yeah. So do you want to ask them, Georgina, and then we can...
Yeah, of course. So somebody has asked that if they were born in August 2007, which means that they would be 1 month away or just maybe even a few weeks away from turning 16 at the start of the course, would they be able to join the 16 to 18 course so that they can join the course with their friends?
Yeah, yes, they would. Yeah, we have a cut-off date in September. So if you're 16 in August, we would allow you to join the programme because you'll be 16 before the start of the next school year for us. So yes, we would make an exception in that case. Okay.
So another student has asked, can an 18-year-old high school student attend the summer programme?
Yes, absolutely. So we have programmes for students of 16 to 18, but we also have programmes for adults 19 plus, which is generally university level students. If you're still at school, I would do the 16 to 18 programme. If you're at university, then do the 19 plus programme, but we have programmes for both age groups.
And in a question in Turkish, he was born on 12 October 2007. Can he be eligible for the 16 years old program, he is asking?
Doing the maths in my head here, let me see. How old is he now?
Sorry, what was the month?
It was 12 October 2007.
2007.
Unfortunately, that one is a little bit too late. We have to have a cut-off point, unfortunately, and I think we usually say September. October is a little bit too late.
Demir Bey'in sorusunun cevabı 13-15 yaş grubu olmuş oldu. Çünkü Eylül'e kadar şey yapabiliyorlar, esneyebiliyorlar. Ancak Eylül sonrası tarihlerde ne yazık ki esneyemiyorlar.
So to join, Georgina, he could still join the other program, right? Are you talking about you couldn't join the 16 to 18?
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
it would be the 13 to 15
Could
course.
still join us, but it with the 13 to 15. And actually, it's important when you're that age. If you're still 15, there's often a big difference between a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old, you know, with their maturity and so on. So they feel more comfortable on the 13 to 15 program because they'd have more confidence. They could deal with the children of that age. They'll be more outgoing and make more friends. If you're the youngest student in the course and everybody else is 17, 18, and they're more confident than you, you're likely to get maybe not as much out of the program.
Tabii Clark şunu hatırlatıyor. Yani 15 yaşındaki bir öğrencimiz 18 yaşındaki öğrencilerimizin de olduğu bir ortamda daha az verim alabilir. Dolayısıyla 13-15 yaş programı kendileri için daha doğru tercih olacaktır diyor. A good question actually, Georgina. It's they are saying that if kids that haven't decided on their programs, let's say that they haven't decided on the programs, do you offer any programs that give a taste of 2 or 3 different professions?
Yes, we do. Do you want to answer that one, Georgina?
We cannot hear you.
Sure. Yeah, I guess so we don't so you couldn't do engineering and business at the same time. You could do 2 weeks of one course, then 2 weeks of another course, or also some of our courses kind of combine a few things as well at once. So, you know, engineering and technology, it kind of covers lots of different things such as mathematics, engineering, structures, these kind of things. So it does, lots of the courses do combine a kind of subject area that picks out a few.
We also have it, yeah, we have English, philosophy and modern history, for example. Yep. There's a combined of 3 subjects.
Politics.
Law and politics combine a couple of different areas. And what I always say to students is, you may try something, you might come to us and do medicine for 2 weeks, and afterwards you decide, I really don't want to be a doctor. But that's a good learning experience. You've learned it now, rather than going to university and discovering in the first year it's not for you and you've wasted a year of your university. So go and have fun, explore new subjects, and find out what you don't like as much as what you do like, and that will make your university choice much clearer.
Can I translate this because the question was in Turkish? Ne yazık ki 2 çok farklı meslek dalını birleştiren programlar yok, ancak öğrencilerimizin 2 seçeneği olabilir. Birincisi 2 hafta bir programa katılıp 2 hafta diğerine katılabilirler. Ya da mesela Engineering and Technology gibi hem mühendislik hem teknoloji hem de matematiği birleştiren programlar da mevcut okulda. Böyle ilgilerine yatkın bu tip programları seçip öğrencilerimiz karar vermeye çalışabilirler. Tabii Clark'ın bir söylediği de benim en başta söylediğim. Diyelim ki tıpı denemek istediniz, geldiniz ve tıptan hiç hoşlanmadınız. Tıpın size göre olmadığını keşfettiniz. Bu da çok büyük bir kazanım olmuş oluyor. Dolayısıyla gidip bunu üniversitede öğrenmek yerine üniversite öncesinde öğrenmiş olmak öğrencimize büyük bir avantaj sağlamış oluyor.
Okay.
So I asked this one and you can answer it, Georgina, because then we can switch around a little bit. So do we have programs in bioengineering or genetic engineering?
Yes. We have generic engineering.
Generic engineering, yeah.
So generic engineering and technology, and this again, it covers lots of different aspects of engineering. Maybe in terms of bioengineering, there could be some in the afternoons. We have different things like master classes and lectures where, you know, people come in and do different talks about the subject areas. So again, it kind of touches on lots of different aspects of engineering.
There's a Turkish question I can just answer for you. Tek program mı seçmek zorundayız acaba demişler. Yani hem mimarlık hem işletme birlikte seçebilir miyiz? Ne yazık ki o kadar birbirinden farklı programları aynı 2 haftada okumak mümkün olmuyor. Ama dediğimiz gibi birbirine yakın farklı alternatifler sunan programlar da var. Ona yönelmek daha doğru olacaktır. You can continue with the next one, George.
We are thinking about attending the University of Oxford. will the certificate be helpful for admission to the university?
It's not so much the certificate, the experience, and it's how you turn the experience to your benefit. So when you're applying to go to Oxford, of course, the first thing they'll look at is academic grades, and that's down to you. You have to get the best grades that you can possibly get. The second thing they look at is all the extracurricular activities that you've done around the subject that you want to study. So if, for example, you're applying to study engineering at Oxford, they'll look at what have you done outside of your class. So that would include any reading you've done, any volunteer work you might have done. And summer school in engineering would be one of those things that's an extracurricular activity that gives you something to demonstrate your passion for the subject. So in Oxford, what they're looking for is academics who are really passionate about the subject and go beyond what is in the classroom. They don't just want students who can learn what they're taught in class. They want students who go beyond that and show that they're inquisitive, they're curious about the subject. And this will give you a chance to give you something to talk about, as we mentioned before with the medicine example, because you'll have had university lectures, you'll have studied topics beyond your normal classroom experience, and that will give you an advantage. But at the end in the end, it's down to you. We are not Oxford University, and we don't have any control over their admissions process. We can just give you the tools to help you in the process of applying.
Okay. So someone's also asked about the transfers. Will somebody from Oxford Royale welcome us at the airport when we arrive and transfer to the campus?
Yes, we have that option. So it's an additional cost. It's not very much. I don't know exactly how much it is this year, Georgina, but can you tell us how much is the transfer service?
Yes, so in the UK to Oxford, it's 200 each way to Oxford, and then from Cambridge, it's 250 each way.
Yep.
And this has the staff at the airport, the emergency number. If you're an unaccompanied minor as well, you have somebody to come and collect you from the airlines, and make sure that you've got a transfer waiting as soon as you arrive.
The reason we don't offer that as part of the fee is that some students don't take the option because they come with their parents. Their parents drop them at the college and then go and sightsee around the UK. Some students decide to come and make their own way there. I wouldn't advise it. I think if you're coming as a student, you should try to book the transfer service. I was at the airport last year from 6 in the morning until midnight on Saturday and Sunday, along with my colleagues, to meet people off the flights. And we make sure they get safely into their transfer to the campus, which I think is really important. So you can book that when you book your program, you can book the transfer service at the same time.
Great. So the next question, are the teachers from the University of Oxford?
Yes, some of them are. Some of them are from University of Cambridge. We've had teachers from Harvard, from Yale, from Imperial College, from King's College London. So we get them from the top universities. Sometimes we have PhD students who are studying at the university because they've got an area of expertise which is really good for the students to learn from. So our criteria isn't that they have to be teachers at Oxford, is that they have to be experts in their field. And in many cases, they are lecturers from Oxford. The program directors who run the program tend to be former head teachers of private schools or school inspectors, and the faculty we get are from top universities. So the staff we have are very experienced in what they do.
Yeah, even the counsellors, which will be there from day to day, they're usually students at Oxford University or fellows, and they would be able to help you day to day, and you can ask them any questions about the application process as well.
Yeah.
So are any exams required for admission, such as IELTS or TOEFL?
Yes, so if you've been to an English-speaking school, you don't have to pass any English tests. If you haven't, then you'll need to pass the English level, which is, we use the Cambridge exam requirements, which I believe is B2 for the academic programs. And is that right, Georgina?
Yeah, so we don't require any formal certifications. We can send a test to just check your English level, we ask really for a C1 for academic courses, although a high B2 is probably fine if you're confident. And then for EFL courses, the English courses, we ask for a B1, so an intermediate level of English. But again, you can self-test yourself if you're unsure.
Georgina, would a written statement from the student's school about his English level be sufficient?
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Georgina. I was just going to say, yes, we don't, as Georgina said, we don't ask for proof of the certificate. What will happen if the student comes onto the academic program and they're not able to cope, we'd probably move them onto the English program because they wouldn't get the most from the program itself. So we have a test that we can send out, and the student can take the test and then tell us the results, and we can say whether it's advisable for them to come or not. But if the teacher gives a signed letter that the student's ability is good enough, we would accept that.
I would like to translate the answer to this question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
İngilizce yeterliliğiyle ilgili bir velimizden çok haklı bir soru geldi. Tabii ki öğrencimiz İngilizce eğitim veren bir okulda okuyorsa zaten herhangi bir gereksinim olmuyor. Ama öğrencimiz İngilizce eğitim veren bir okulda okumuyorsa normalde bir sınav sonucu isteniyor. Ancak tabii ki bizim aracılığımızla okullara kayıt olan öğrenciler için BEB'in de bir referansı olmuş oluyor ve biz de aslında öğrencilerimizin İngilizce seviyesini okudukları okula göre de bakıp aşağı yukarı anlayabiliyoruz ve burada bizim de öğrencimizin İngilizce seviyesi yeterli değilse ya Oxford Royale Academy'nin testine yönlendirmek, kendilerinin yaptığı, kendi bünyelerinde yaptıkları bir test var. Emin olmak için öğrencimizi oraya yönlendirebiliriz. Ya da öğrencimizi akademik programlar yerine tabii ki İngilizce programlarına yönlendirebiliriz. Burada tabii ki öğrencimizin iyiliğini gözeterek bu yönlendirmeyi yapmak durumundayız. Çünkü öğrencimizin İngilizce seviyesi yeterli değilse 2 hafta boyunca orada yeterli verimi alamayacaktır. Dolayısıyla kendisine uygun programa göndermek de öğrencimizi bizim için önemli oluyor. Ancak birçok özel okulda fena olmayan İngilizce notlarına sahip olan öğrencilerimiz sorunsuz şekilde programlara adapte olup eğitim alabiliyorlar. Dolayısıyla İngilizce konusunda özellikle belli okullardan mezun öğrencilerimiz, çoğu okuldan mezun öğrencimiz aslında bir problem yaşamıyorlar.
Somebody also, I guess we've kind of covered this, but maybe we should just make this a bit more clear. Are there any conditions to apply to the programs?
Yeah.
And any entry requirements?
Yeah, so I think this is a slightly different one because the first one was about English requirements. The second one, I guess they're asking about academic requirements.
Sure.
And the reason we don't have academic requirements is for all the students on the program, they'll usually be starting a new subject they've never studied before. So if you're learning medicine or engineering or business, none of the students in the class with you will have studied those subjects before. So you don't have to have a certain level to get into the program academically. What we ask is that the students are motivated and want to learn, speak a good enough level of English to enjoy the program. And then the course is really designed to give them a taste of the subject. That's what they're there for, to explore some medicine lessons at an undergraduate level, to discover some business lessons and topics at that sort of level, so they don't have to have academic qualifications to start.
Great. And then maybe this one, maybe we could show the website as well.
Yeah, good idea.
Would you give us some information about the application process, how to start, payment terms and deadlines?
Yeah, so first of all, obviously BEB can help you with the application process if you need advice and help with the visas and everything. But in terms of the process for students coming onto the program, the most important thing is to apply early. We had many students from Turkey last year who couldn't get onto the program because they applied too late. And we generally fill up in March for some courses are full already, and April. So if you do want to apply, the first thing is apply early. You can apply on the website, or I'm sure you can apply through BEB can help you, but I'll show you on the website if you need to see how to find the information that you want. So I'm just going to share my screen. Hopefully you can all see this. So you'll see on the website you have a magnifying glass here. You click on this and it will bring you a range of courses. So you decide, I want to go to the University of Oxford, I'm 16, and then it will filter through the courses. You can look at the courses that you might want to choose. Let's say I want to study medicine, you can go to the medicine course. And if you look at the website page and you need a bit more information, on every course we have a sample timetable here. So you click on this and this will show you the structure of your day. What are the type of lessons you'll be studying? It's a sample. So, for example, when it says human anatomy at 11 o'clock, it may not be that topic, it may be another topic, but this is a sample of how the day will look. So you have your breakfast, your morning lessons, your breaks, gives you a lot of information on the tours and what you'll do. And then once you're happy with that, if you want to enroll, you just click on the enroll button there. And then it goes through and you fill out the enrollment process. It will give you name and last name, and you fill out the process and apply. Once you apply, you'll see, if you scroll halfway down the page, you'll see your name here. It will have your first name and your flag. So since we started, we've had obviously students from Greece, United States, Spain, Georgia, Thailand, Switzerland, China, Japan, and a Turkish student there 5 hours ago. So these students, when they apply, their names go here. In order to apply, you need to pay the deposit of £995. This will secure your place. Once you've paid this, the full payment is then required 90 days before the program starts. But the important thing is, pay your deposit, book your course before they fill up, and then you've got time to organise your full payment, visa and everything else. Do you want to, Sevda or Safa, do you want to talk about how you can help them in the application process or not? Yeah.
Sevda Hanım, siz mi şey yaparsınız, ben mi, nasıl isterseniz?
Safa, lütfen sen buyur.
Tabii, seve seve. Öğrencilerimiz için tabii ki internet sitesi üzerinden de kayıt olmak zor değil artık, ama tabii ki kayıt yaparken dikkat edilmesi gereken noktalar oluyor. Özellikle vize aşamasında ve o vize mektubunun okulla karşılıklı oluşturulmasında dikkat edilmesi gereken noktalar oluyor. O yüzden öğrencilerimiz akademik yaz okulu niyetine girdikleri zaman bize ulaşmalarını tavsiye ediyoruz ve zaten sürecin başından sonuna kadar, yani öğrencimizi uygun programı bulup kaydını yapıp vizesini alıp yolcu edene kadar öğrencimizi destekliyoruz ta ki dönene kadar. Yani öğrencilerimiz oradayken de bize herhangi bir sıkıntıları olursa hiç sanmıyorum ama ulaşabiliyorlar ve tabii ki zaten bu hizmetimiz de ücretsiz, sunumumuzun başında söylediğim gibi. Dolayısıyla başvuru yapacak öğrencilerimizin bizimle iletişime geçmesinde basit hatalardan vize vesaire konularında sıkıntı yaşanmaması adına büyük fayda oluyor. Tabii depozitolardan da ondan da hemen bahsedeyim, söylemeden geçmemiş olayım. Kayıt esnasında 995 sterlinlik bir depozito ödememiz oluyor. Ondan sonra da kursumuzun başlamasına 90 gün kala geri kalan meblağı yatırmamız bekleniyor. Bu arada da tabii burada en önemli şey kayıt yaparken depozitomuzu yatırmamız. Sonrasında zaten biz BEB olarak süreci yönetip sürecin geri kalanını öğrencilerimiz için daha kolay hale getiriyoruz.
Bir de deadline'lardan da bahsetmek istiyorum. Zamanımız çok dar. Bazı programlar doldu. Clark bunu az önce de dile getirdi. Some of the programs are already full, as you mentioned, Clark. So we have to be really clear and decide whether or not we would like to attend and apply as soon as possible.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Her zaman en geç Mart ayı sonuna kadar öğrencilerimizin programlara kayıtlarını yapıyor olmaları gerekiyor. Ondan sonra ne yazık ki hayal kırıklıkları yaşamaya başlayabiliyoruz daha geç ulaşan öğrencilerimiz için.
Evet.
Next question is, about the difference between Imperial College London and Oxford. I think the campuses are a reflection of the town. Oxford is a very old academic city. You have the sort of Harry Potter style dining halls, the old college look. London is a more modern city or more modern campus. Imperial College is a beautiful campus in Kensington, but it's not the same kind of academic college. The university has got fantastic facilities in London, same as Oxford. The program is exactly the same, but the accommodation that you'll live in will be more modern, and you won't have the same old academic buildings that you have in Oxford. So if you prefer the excitement of London, go to Imperial College London. If you prefer the old academic Harry Potter style dining halls and old buildings, go to Oxford. It's a smaller town, but it's more historic and academic than London. So both are good choices depending on your personal preference, really.
Will the students from different courses be together in lunchtime and social activities?
Yes, so we run the programme very much the way the University of Oxford is run. So Oxford and Cambridge are collegiate colleges. It means you live and study, or you live in a college, you belong to a college like Balliol College or Queen's College, and then you study a subject, you belong to a faculty. And it's similar with us in some ways that your course will be with the students on the course, but when you're in the college, we will have other students from different classes living with you in the college. So, for example, in Queen's College, we might have 200 students, there'll only be 15 in your class. So you'll be on campus with students doing other courses, and it may be for business that we have 5 business classes all running in Queen's, but we also have philosophy, literature and modern history, and we have architecture also running on the campus. So all of those students come together for the social activities, and they come together for dinner, for breakfast, for everything apart from the academic classes. So you're mixed with lots of students.
Great. Somebody has also asked, which school would you recommend for English as a second language? I think these are actually available at all of our UK locations. So that's Imperial, London, Cambridge, and Oxford. So again, that's kind of up to your preference where you would like to study.
Yeah, I think probably we will have more students on the English program in Oxford than we will do, for example, in London, because Oxford is our biggest campus. So I'd probably recommend Oxford just on the basis that there'll be more classes of different levels of students, but also there's more students of different nationalities there. So the great thing about studying English with us is that you can't very easily speak your own language. You know, sometimes when you go to a language school, I used to work for a language school, and I know you end up with a group of 10 Italians in an English class, and all they'll speak is Italian the whole time when they're outside of the classroom. On our program, it's a bit different because we have so many different nationalities, and everybody's comfortable speaking English, so they don't start speaking their second language, they carry on speaking English together. So if you're learning English, it's a really good environment to learn inside the classroom, but also to practice outside of the classroom. Great. No open questions. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Another question about the age. I'm 15 years old. Can I apply for 16 to 18 as I'm turning 16 when I get there?
Yeah.
Yes, we said this before. So if you're turning 16 during the course or
by the end of August, yeah.
By the end of August, then that's absolutely fine. You might have to ask BEB to help you with the booking, as it might not let you make the booking yourself. So yeah, you can contact SAFA to help you with that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I think we had all the questions, and very nice questions actually. Well, I would like to thank you, Clark and Georgina. It was lovely to have you tonight, this evening. It's about 8:07 in Turkey. It was really nice to refresh all the memories about Oxford Royale Academy, and very, very useful informations. I would like to also thank to our parents. Çok teşekkürler katılımlarınız için, vakit ayırdığınız için, bizlerle olduğunuz için. Yardımcı olabileceğimiz her noktada burada olduğumuzu tekrar hatırlatmak istiyoruz. Safa, sözü sana bırakayım.
Çok teşekkürler tüm velilerimize ve öğrencilerimize. Dediğimiz gibi tüm akademik yaz programı sorularınız ve niyetleriniz için BEB'e ulaşabilirsiniz. Seve seve bütün süreç boyunca yardımcı olmaktan mutluluk duyacağız hepinize.
Teşekkürler, iyi akşamlar. Thank you so much, Clark. Georgina.
Thank
See
you.
in
Thank you
Oxford.
very much
you,
for having
guys.
us.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye-bye.
lovely evening. Bye.
Bye.